The stars were calm, cold, silent. In the far corner of the galaxy, where even patrol ships rarely passed, a quiet space station named Center Relay 7 floated peacefully. It was home to a small team of alien researchers, engineers, and security officers. For years, nothing had disturbed them, just space dust and old satellite signals. That peace was about to end. Center Relay 7, Control Room Commander Zarnax, a tall, blue-skinned being with 4 eyes and a long neck, sipped his nutrient drink. It was another boring day. Nothing new. Nothing interesting. Suddenly, an alarm blared. Unidentified object entering galactic boundary. Zarnax dropped his cup. The control room lights turned red. What kind of object? He barked. The young officer Relo tapped the panel nervously. Large. Extremely large. Size of a capital ship. No ID tag. No response to scans. Zarnax narrowed his eyes. He leaned over the screen. The radar showed a black dot. Moving slowly but steadily. Is it one of ours? No, sir. No known model. No broadcast signal. It's just silent. Wide shot. The unknown ship floating through space was a massive ship, long, sharp, dark as night, with no lights, no movement, no noise. It looked ancient, like it had been asleep for centuries, but it was moving. Its surface had deep scars, burn marks, old damage, and strange human letters faded across its side. U.S. Judgment. Center Relay 7. Panic rises. Try to hail it again, Zarnax said. They sent a message in 12 galactic languages. No reply. They flashed light signals. Nothing. Send scouts. 3 ships. I want close visual contact. The scout ships launched and flew toward the dark battleship. For 10 minutes, all was quiet. Then, one word came through from the first scout's audio. Run. And then, static. Commander Zarnax steps forward. Zarnax's face turned pale. His voice was low. Get the council on the line, now. Scene shift. Galactic High Council, capital planet. Hologram of Zarnax appeared before the leaders of the 12 allied species. We have an intruder. Unknown design, unregistered, silent, but powerful. It destroyed 3 scout ships in seconds. 1. Council member, Lady Soren, raised her voice. Did you say it bears human letters? That's impossible. Humans are extinct. Zarnax nodded slowly. I thought so too. But this ship, it says UH Judgment. The chamber fell silent. Flashback. 300 years ago. Old black and white archive footage played in the background. Humans once roamed the stars. Bold, creative, dangerous. But then, war came. The Galactic Alliance and humans clashed. The records are not clear who started it, but the result was, Earth went silent. A mass energy blast hit the planet. No signal came after that. Everyone believed they were wiped out. Now. Maybe they weren't. Center Relay 7, final attempt, Commander. Zarnax stared at the battleship through the station's window. It was closer now. Too close. One last try, he said. Open channel. He stood tall and spoke in Galactic Common. Unknown vessel. You are entering protected space. Identify yourself or turn back. We do not wish conflict. The reply was horrifying. A deep, mechanical voice echoed through the speakers. Judgment does not turn. Judgment remembers. Then silence again. Suddenly, the ship launched something, not a weapon, but a drone. It flew toward the station and stopped 100 meters away. Then it projected a hologram. Hologram projection. The past replays. The image showed Earth on fire, cities crumbling, children crying, explosions in the sky, and a single human voice speaking. To those who burned our world, we are not gone. We are not dead. We are coming. Then the hologram faded. Zarnax steps back, shaken. He whispered, more to himself than anyone else. They ... left something behind. The battleship changed course again. now moving directly toward the central systems. Council emergency session panic broke out. This is a declaration of war. No, maybe it's just a warning. A ghost ship. And an eye with a grudge. They debated and screamed. One member asked, "What if humans are really back?" No one had an answer. Cut scene, interior. Of the battleship, dark. Quiet, walls lined with old photos. Earth landscapes. Human symbols. A red light blinked on a central AI core. A deep voice whispered within the ship. Targets identified. Protocol Judgment 13. Activated. Final scene, Zenter Relay 7. The end. The battleship stopped just outside the station. Everyone held their breath. Then, nothing. No fire. No weapons. Just a quiet pulse. The station scanned the ship again, and this time, they found something. Hundreds of cryo pods. Human bodies. Sleeping. Preserved. One of them opened. A woman stepped out, weak, her voice soft. "Is this the stars?" Zarnax collapsed to his knees. "Humans are not gone." The chamber was silent. After the signal from the ancient human ship, everyone in the Galactic High Council sat frozen. For the first time in 300 years, the word human was not a whisper from the past. It was real. Commander Zarnax stood in front of the holographic display, showing the image of the black warship UHS Judgment slowly entering deep space lanes, heading toward Core Zone 3, the heart of the Galactic Alliance. "This is no accident," Zarnax said. "It's coming. Straight for us." Council members exchanged nervous looks. "Then we must attack first," said Admiral Rother, a war-hardened reptilian leader. But Lady Soren, the historian of the group, shook her head. "We need to understand them before we destroy them." "What? If this is not an attack," Zarnax interrupted. "It already destroyed 3 scout ships." "Self-defense maybe," Soren said softly. "We don't know their purpose yet." Scene shift. On board UHS Judgment, the ship floated in space. Like a shadow, cold, silent. Inside, dim red lights lit the corridors. Mechanical sounds echoed softly, like whispers. In the cryo chamber, 13 pods had opened. 12 men. 1 woman. Their names were printed on their pods. Captain Rhea Monroe Lt. Jackson. Ward SGT. Nadia Brooks, CMDR. Leon Halter, and others. They stood barefoot on the freezing metal floor. Some cried. Some stared into space. They had been asleep for 3 centuries. Captain Rhea Monroe, a tall woman with deep brown eyes and a soldier's stare, walked forward. "Where are we?" she asked the AI. A deep voice answered through the intercom. "Galactic space. Coordinates. Sector G117. Objective, retribution." Rhea looked confused. "Objective? What retribution?" The AI replied. "Earth was destroyed. Survivors, unknown." Protocol Judgment 13 was activated. She turned pale. The memories came back slowly. War, betrayal, silence, and then the cold sleep. How long have we been asleep? 305 years. No one spoke. Scene shift. Aboard Zenter Battle Frigate, a small galactic warship, the Zenter Valor, approached the human battleship from a safe distance. It carried a team of diplomats and Marines sent by the Council for first contact. Mission: peaceful approach. No weapons fired unless fired upon. The leader was Envoy Telvik, a peaceful alien from the Lernax species. His voice was calm, and his hands always moved gently when he spoke. "We come in peace. No harm intended. We only seek answers," he repeated to himself as his ship prepared to dock with the UHS Judgment. They docked carefully. Airlocks aligned. Security shields activated. As the doors opened, thick cold air blew into the Zenter ship. Envoy Telvik stepped forward and saw them, humans, alive, armed. Captain Rhea and her team stood tall, wearing faded uniforms with Earth's symbol, a globe wrapped in olive branches. Telvik smiled nervously. Greetings. I am Telvik of the Galactic Alliance. We thought your kind were gone. Rhea didn't smile. Her voice was calm, but sharp. And we thought your kind were the reason we were. Telvik hesitated. I don't understand. Rhea took a step forward. Then you better start explaining. Scene shift. Onboard human ship. Meeting room envoy Telvik sat with Captain Rhea and 2 other officers. The conversation was slow, full of tension. What happened to Earth? Rhea asked. Telvik paused. It was lost. Long ago. There were reports of an energy weapon, a planet burner. But no one claimed responsibility. You destroyed it, said Alti Ward coldly. Telvik raised his hands. No, we didn't. Not the Alliance. Maybe a rogue empire. The records are unclear. How convenient. Just then, the ship's AI interrupted. Alert. Incoming vessel. Military class. Not Alliance registered. Captain Rhea stood. Show it. A hologram appeared, a dark, red-colored warship with no official markings. Approaching fast, Telvik's eyes widened. That's impossible. That ship belongs to the Black Fang, a mercenary fleet. They were banned 200 years ago. And yet here they are, Rhea said. They don't come to talk. They come to kill. Scene shift. Space battle begins. The Black Fang. Ship fired without warning, Rhea shouted. Shields up. Return fire only if targeted. The Judgment's weapons powered up, but didn't shoot first. The enemy's plasma missiles hit the shield. The hull shook, warning, hull integrity at 94%. Target continues fire. Permission granted, Rhea said. Fire at will. In a flash, the ancient human battleship launched 2 railgun strikes and 1 plasma beam. It hit the enemy ship. Dead dash center dot. The Black Fang ship split in half, exploding in silent fire. Target eliminated. Scene shift. Aftermath envoy Telvik looked shaken. That was incredible. Your ship is still powerful after all this time. Rhea looked away. This ship was made to end wars, not start them. What will you do now? Telvik asked. We want answers. Who destroyed Earth? And why? There is no clear answer. The galaxy has changed. Many empires have fallen. Some races vanished. Rhea stared at him. Then give us access to your historical records. Telvik hesitated. The Council won't allow it. Then we'll take them. Scene shift. Council in panic. The news of the Black Fang ship's destruction reached the Council quickly. Some members were furious. The humans attacked first. No, they responded to aggression. They're dangerous. That ship is a weapon. Lady Soren tried to calm them. The ship only attacks when provoked. We must not repeat the mistakes of the past. Admiral Rother growled. Then send a fleet. Warn them. If they enter Core Zone 3, they will be destroyed. Scene shift. Human ship. AI core room. Rhea walked into the AI core room alone. A giant sphere hovered above the floor. Red lights blinked slowly. She placed her hand on the panel. You said we were put to sleep for survival. Correct. You said Earth was lost. Correct. Why did you wake us now? The eye answered. Because the stars are ready to listen again. Final scene. The first blood that night. The human ship entered Zone 3's outer border. They were greeted by a fleet of 20 galactic ships. A message played. Turn back. This is a restricted zone. Entry will be considered hostile. Rhea stared at the screen. What is in Zone 3? The AI whispered. The archives. The truth. Rhea stood. We're going in. The fleet launched warning shots. Rhea didn't blink. Shields up. The first real war in 300 years began, and the first blood was not human. Opening scene. Outer edge of Zone 3. The stars were brighter here, but the space felt colder. The UHS Judgment moved slowly, its black armor reflecting faint light. Behind it, smoke and wreckage floated in space, remains of the small galactic fleet that tried to stop it. No humans had died, but 5 galactic cruisers had. Captain Rhea Monroe stood in the command center, watching the battlefield on the main screen. Her face was calm, but her eyes held pain. "I told them we didn't come to kill," she whispered. Lt. Ward stepped forward, "but they forced our hand. Still, I hoped we could avoid this." Scene shift. Galactic Council emergency. Room: the council was burning with panic. They destroyed a patrol fleet. They crossed into Zone 3. They're heading toward the archives. Lady Soren tried to speak, but voices shouted over her. Admiral Rother slammed his fist. "This ends now. We destroy that ship before it reaches the archive moon." Soren finally stood. "And what if they're right? What if we were the monsters 300 years ago? Don't we owe them the truth?" The room fell silent. No one answered. Scene shift. Inside the UHS Judgment, the ship floated toward a small moon, glowing faintly. It was called Helon 4, but old human records called it something else. The vault. It was said to hold the lost history of Earth, collected by the Galactic Council after Earth's destruction. The Council never shared that data with any species, not even its own people. Now the humans had come to take it. Captain's log. Personal recording. Captain Rhea Monroe. Entry 004. "I never thought we'd wake up to a galaxy that fears us. I never thought we'd need to fight again. But here we are, chasing ghosts, chasing truth. If Earth is really gone, then I need to know who pressed the button, and why." Scene shift. Inside the vault on Helon 4. The vault was an underground facility, silent, cold. A small human team landed on the moon. Captain Rhea, Lt. Ward, and Dr. Mullick, the ship's historian and language expert, entered the vault. Guided by the ship's AI, massive doors opened with a deep metal groan. Dust fell. Lights blinked after centuries of darkness. Rows of holographic archive appeared, gloves and blue panels with memory files and data logs. With the day Earth dark. When Rhea said. Malik activated the files. The screen flashed. Yfler. 2 Opening scene. Deep space. Sector E9. The stars seemed different now. Like they were watching. The UHS Judgment floated quietly, systems on low power. It had just broadcasted a message, the truth about Earth's destruction to the entire galaxy. Billions had already seen it. A little girl holding a white flag. A voice from the past. An order to burn Earth. Captain Rhea Monroe stood alone in the observation deck, watching a nearby star flicker. "We didn't come for war," she whispered, "but now it may come anyway." Scene shift. Planet Kareth 6, home of the Lernak. Species in the main city square. A large hologram played in front of thousands. The message from the Judgment. Children stood frozen. Elders wept. One citizen screamed, "Why were we not told?" Another shouted, "Our leaders lied. They erased an entire world." Protests erupted. Towers were painted with symbols of Earth, a globe wrapped in olive branches. People started calling the humans truth-bringers. The Lernak government issued a curfew. It didn't help. Scene shift. Galactic Council headquarters. Council chamber was on fire with arguments. Admiral Rother slammed a file on the table. "They've started a rebellion." Lady Soren stood up. "No, we did, when we hid the truth." One delegate yelled, "Half of our systems are in chaos." Another said, "Our own people are calling for peace with the humans." Admiral Rother growled, "Peace? After what they did to our fleet." Soren replied calmly, "You mean the fleet that tried to kill them first?" The council was breaking. Old alliances, once strong, now full of cracks. Scene shift. Aboard Judgment inside the warship, Captain Rhea sat with her team in the strategy room. A galaxy map showed red blinking lights. Systems in protest. Communication hubs in lockdown. Council members resigning. LT. Ward looked surprised. "They're listening. We never thought they would." Commander Halter added, "But they won't all agree. Some will want revenge. Some will still want to kill us." Rhea nodded. "That's not our fight. Our mission was to show the truth. We've done that." Dr. Malik's seat was empty. His nameplate sat in silence. They all glanced at it. He didn't die for silence. Rhea said. Scene shift. Planet Voxery Prime, military world, inside a massive hangar. Elite soldiers of the Voxery race loaded weapons. Their leader, General Norik, gave the order. The humans exposed our shame. Now we erase them, once and for all. The Voxery were known for their power and speed. In the old wars, they were feared. Now they prepared to strike again. They launched 4 warships toward the last known location of the human ship. Scene shift. Secret transmission from planet Ariosa. Small group of aliens dressed in dark cloaks sent a message. To UHS Judgment from Free Voice of the Fallen. "We believe you. We have seen the records. We will help spread your message. You're not alone anymore." Captain Rhea received the signal and smiled faintly. "So the fire is spreading," she said. Meanwhile, Council takes action. The Council declared the humans intergalactic criminals. A message went out. The ship known as Judgment carries dangerous technology and dangerous lies. All citizens are forbidden to assist. Doing so is treason. But for many people, the damage was already done. Belief cannot be ordered. Scene shift. Aboard a refugee ship, the people speak on a traveling colony vessel. An old alien farmer sat with his grandchildren. They asked him, "What's Earth?" He replied slowly, "Earth was a dream. They say it was loud, dirty, and wild, but full of love. Now they say it was a threat. I think it was a mirror. It showed us what we didn't want to see." Back on the Judgment, incoming threat detected. The I voice broke the moment of peace. Incoming vessels, Voxery design. Battle class, ETA, 7 minutes. Rhea stood immediately, shields up. "Bring us around." It Ward frowned. "We're not in fighting shape." We still carry damage from Hull 4. Then we outsmart them, Rhea said. Not outgun. The battle begins. The Vossari ships approached fast. They hailed the judgment. You were erased once. We will finish the job. No more messages, no more truth. Captain Rhea replied, truth never dies, you just fear it. And then, the stars exploded with light. The judgment dodged the first wave. It fired MP pulses, not weapons. The Vossari ships lost control of their systems for 15 seconds. Enough time. Judgment jumped to subspace, disappearing into darkness. Scene shift. Inside a Vossari war room, the Vossari generals cursed. They're not just warriors. They're ghosts. They vanish before we strike. Scene shift. Hidden system. Human listening post. The judgment arrived in an abandoned human station, hidden inside an asteroid field. It had been placed there centuries ago, before Earth's fall. Inside, Rhea found something unexpected. A transmission log from Earth, dated 1 week after the supposed destruction. She played it. The voice was weak, crackling. This is General Tobias Rain. If anyone hears this, Earth is burning. But we are not gone. The vaults are alive. The arc ships are moving. The stars are our future. Rhea's hand trembled. He survived. Someone survived. Scene shift. Council division deepens. Back at the council, things were falling apart. 2 member species withdrew from the alliance. One planet declared solidarity with Earth. Protests turned into riots. Truth had shaken the walls of control. And now, those walls were cracking. Final scene. A message from Judgment. Rhea sat before the camera, recording a new message. This is Captain Rhea Monroe, U.S. Judgment. We are not your enemies. We woke up in a galaxy that chose silence. But silence is not peace. To those who want truth, we stand with you. To those who want control, we are your mirror. We are not here for war, but we are not afraid of it. She looked directly into the lens. And we are not the last. Opening scene. Galactic black zone. Darkness surrounded everything. No stars. No light. Just shadows. Somewhere in this dead region, the U.S. chess judgment was hiding. Its signal was silent. No trace. No path. Like it had disappeared. But it hadn't. It was waiting. Watching. And someone was coming. Scene shift. Alien spy mission briefing in a secret base far from the council. A group of elite agents stood in silence. Their leader, a small but deadly female alien named Sina Velra, received a final message. Get inside the judgment. Find out what powers it. Report back, if possible. Destroy it. Sina was not a soldier. She was a shadow, trained for stealth, speed, and silence. She didn't believe in loyalty. She believed in orders. Scene shift. Stealth approach using a cloaked pod. Sina approached the judgment during a solar flare when sensors were weak. She attached her ship to the underbelly of the massive human warship and cut her way through a cold, unused airlock. Once inside, the silence was overwhelming. No alarms. No lights. Just a red glow, pulsing slowly, like a heartbeat. Inside the judgment, first glimpses. The walls were dark metal, scratched and marked with human names. Some places had childlike drawings, stick figures, stars, and houses. Sina moved carefully, scanning for traps, but there were none. Instead, the ship seemed alive. She whispered, "Show me your secrets." Behind her, a soft mechanical whisper echoed, "You are not one of mine." Sina spun around. Nothing there. Just the ship. Breathing. Scene shift. Judgment crew on alert in the command room. Captain Rhea Monroe frowned. AI report. Minor breach detected in Sector 7L. No internal systems harmed. Intruder is alone, not attacking. Should we intercept? Asked LT. Ward. Rhea shook her head. No, let the ship show her who we are. Sina's journey, memories and metal. As Sina moved deeper, she reached the memory corridor, a place where old data had been physically carved into the walls. There were names of lost cities: Tokyo, New York, Mumbai, Lagos, Rio, under each name. Dates of destruction. Cause: orbital fire. Sina touched the wall. It felt warm. Suddenly, a video flickered on a nearby panel. A young girl in a classroom, laughing. Then, fire. Smoke. Silence. A voice spoke through hidden speakers. You erased our planet. We preserved our pain. Scene shift. AI core room. Sina finally reached the AI core chamber. A massive sphere floated above the ground, pulsing red and white. Around it were hundreds of wires and glowing panels. She activated a scanner. The results shocked her. This isn't just AI, she whispered. It's part biological, human brainwaves detected. She stepped back. The sphere spoke, not in a robotic voice, but in a human child's voice. Why did you burn us? Sina froze. I didn't, she replied. But you are one of them, the voice said. The ones who watched, the ones who clapped. Sina took a deep breath. That was 300 years ago. I wasn't born. And yet, here you are, sent to kill the last voice of Earth. Suddenly, the lights flickered and the room shifted. The AI activated a memory simulator. Sina blinked. And now she was on Earth. Memory simulation. Earth's last day. Sina stood in a human street. Children ran around her. Shops were open. Music played. The sky was blue. Then sirens. Everyone looked up. Ships appeared. Fires began to fall from the clouds. A mother screamed, grabbing her child. A teacher tried to hide students under desks. Sina felt heat on her skin. It was so real. Then the voice returned. This is what you erased. This is what you called necessary. Tears rolled down Sina's face. She fell to her knees. I didn't know. Back in reality, AI and Sina speak. The simulation ended. Sina lay on the floor, shaking. The AI said, you were sent to destroy me, but now you carry my memory. What will you do with it? She stood slowly. Why are you still fighting? Because pain unspoken becomes pain repeated. Scene shift. Rhea joined Sina. The doors opened. Captain Rhea entered, holding her sidearm but not pointing it. She looked at Sina with tired eyes. You saw it, didn't you? Sina nodded. You could have killed me. Rhea smiled faintly. What's the point? You already saw our worst day. Sina looked down. This ship, it's more than metal. It's a grave. A teacher, a warning. That's why we woke up, Rhea said. To remind the galaxy what it forgot. Sina's decision. Later, in a quiet chamber, Sina recorded a message. To my people, I entered this ship to find a threat. What I found was a mirror. We feared them because we feared our own shame. The judgment is not a weapon. It is memory wrapped in steel. I will not fight them. I will help them speak. She sent the message and stayed. Scene shift. Council reaction. When the council received Sina's message, panic erupted. She betrayed us. No, she was changed. That ship is brainwashing people. But others whispered, maybe. The humans aren't. Wrong. The council was splintering. Final scene. Judgment moves again. The UHS judgment powered up. Its AI voice echoed across systems. We remember our past. Now we search for our future. The stars are not owned. They are for all who dream. Sina stood beside Rhea on the bridge. Two women, once enemies, now allies. Together, they looked ahead, toward the unknown. Opening scene. Quiet after the storm, the stars shone softly after the long war. The galaxy was calm, for the first time in centuries. The UHS judgment floated near a blue-green planet. Captain Rhea Monroe stood on the bridge, looking at the calm space. The battle was over. But the future was unknown. Scene shift. Council's new meeting. The Galactic Council gathered again. Lady Soren spoke quietly, her voice steady. We must heal the wounds and build trust. War has shown us our weaknesses. Other council members nodded. A new plan was made to form a galactic peace alliance. No more hidden wars. No more secret weapons. Scene shift. Judgment's mission. Rhea's crew prepared for their next task. We need to explore the galaxy, Rhea said. We must find lost colonies, help those in need, and keep peace. Ward smiled. Sounds like a new kind of war. Scene shift. Discovery on the blue planet, the Judgment, landed on the blue-green planet. Rhea and her team explored the surface. The planet was beautiful, tall trees, clear rivers, and strange animals. But there was something unusual. In the soil, they found ancient ruins, not human, not from any known species. Scene shift. Mystery of the ruins. The ruins had strange symbols glowing faintly. Sina Velra, now an ally, studied them carefully. These are very old. Older than any recorded history, she said. Suddenly, the symbols activated. A hologram appeared, a figure made of light. Greetings, travelers, it said. We are the ancients, guardians of the galaxy's secrets. Scene shift. The ancients' message. The hologram showed scenes of stars, planets, and strange energy. Long ago, we built the galaxy's first peace, it said. But a great darkness threatened all life. The figure's light flickered. We hid knowledge here, for those who seek peace and wisdom. But beware, the darkness still waits. Scene shift. Warning and purpose. Rhea asked, what is this darkness? The figure answered, a force of destruction. It feeds on fear and hate. It once almost destroyed the galaxy. The hologram faded slowly. Sina said, we must find this darkness and stop it before it grows. Scene shift. Preparing the crew. The Judgment's crew trained harder. They studied the ancients' technology and knowledge. Rhea spoke to her team. This is not just a fight with weapons. It's a fight for hope. Scene shift. Echoes in space. Strange signals appeared on the ship's radar. Unexplained energy pulses. LT. Ward reported, Captain, something is moving near the edge of the galaxy. Rhea stared at the screen. Could this be the darkness? Scene shift. The Shadow Fleet. The Judgment moved cautiously toward the signals. They found a hidden fleet, ships unlike any seen before. Dark, silent, and deadly. Rhea said, prepare for battle. But stay alert. This is something new. Scene shift. First contact. The Shadow Fleet sent a message, surrender or be destroyed. Rhea replied, we seek peace, not war. But we will defend ourselves. Scene shift. Unexpected ally. Suddenly, another ship appeared. It was from the Free Voice of the Fallen. Led by an old friend, they offered help. We've been watching the darkness grow. Together we can stop it. Scene shift. Battle in the dark. The Judgment and its allies fought the Shadow Fleet. The battle was fierce, with ships disappearing and reappearing like shadows. But Judgment's crew used their knowledge and courage to outsmart the enemy. Scene shift. Inside the darkness. Sina led a team inside a captured enemy ship. They found a strange machine, a dark crystal pulsing with energy. This is the source, Sina said. She carefully disabled the crystal, and the ship's systems began to fail. Scene shift. Turning point. With the crystal destroyed, the Shadow Fleet faltered. The allied ships pushed forward and forced the enemy to retreat. Rhea declared, this is just the beginning. We must stay united. Final scene. New beginnings. Back on the blue-green planet, the ancients' ruins shone brighter. The hologram reappeared briefly. You are the hope of the galaxy. Protect it well. Rhea looked at her crew. The future is ours to shape.